the mainstream media.
I'm Britt Tamlin.
She strikes again, folks. Only this time, it's not four-time Emmy Award winner Ron Burgundy, but Fox News that's simping for the McAlberts. Hello, 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 and welcome back, roommates, to another titillating edition of Alexasrewm, where we are not lawyers, we are not medical professionals, and we are not law enforcement. We are just people. People who have opinions about all things going on post-Karen Read verdict, including this puff piece that was put out yesterday by Fox News McAlbert correspondent Michael Ruiz, a New York-based investigative journalist for Fox News Digital. Yes, because nothing screams take me seriously as an investigative journalist like a Twitter X banner that resembles a Windows 10 default screensaver. Key players adjust to new realities after Karen Read's not guilty verdict. Well, they seem pretty well adjusted to me. Karen Read lands lucrative book deal, while witnesses face continued harassment after acquittal. Massachusetts witnesses report ongoing harassment while defense attorney returns to high-profile cases in California. Well, I guess we see where this one's going. Exclusive images. So does that mean we're gonna actually see some concrete evidence of the alleged harassment that's taking place? Or is this article just gonna be a hit piece against Free Karen Read supporters and a wedding recap for the most boring wedding of the century? Life is moving on for all the key players except John O'Keefe's family. And one might argue for John O'Keefe, too. After a Massachusetts jury found his former girlfriend, Karen Read, not guilty of all homicide-related charges in his death outside a midnight house party during a blizzard on January 29th, 2022. What exactly is a midnight house party? Does it require a secret passcode upon entry? Or that you take some sort of blood oath?
So tonight, I make a toast.
What do you got there?
Read has a book deal and a TV series about her saga in the works, but she's also facing a wrongful death lawsuit which requires a lesser standard of guilt to hold her liable. Also means a whole heck of a lot more discovery is going to be allowed to be introduced because it's a civil case. Plus, you won't have Beverly Canola Oil playing goalkeep for the Commonwealth. An outside investigation by the FBI found no alternate suspects and dispelled allegations of corruption leveled at local and state police. I mean, I think one might argue that they opened the door to the possibility of there being more suspects that weren't investigated by state police. And nothing was dispelled or not dispelled. I mean, are you, Michelle, privy to information that we aren't? Because as far as I'm aware, we have Beavis and Butthead butt-dialing each other all hours of the night, Higgity-Diggity and Burkadits hanging out in the Sallyport for a wildly long time with Karen Read's SUV, Bear in the Big Blue House, who's been pretty much proven to have planted evidence, normal mom Jen McCabe lying to the FBI and saying she was her sister, making that Google search at 2:27 a.m., and then Googling her name days after John O'Keefe died. Chloe, the once beloved dog of the Alberts, who was rehomed and has never since been produced or proven to still be among the living to this day. Taillight pieces revealing themselves in drips and drabs. The Alberts clearing house. Oh, and then, of course, there's ARCA, the accident reconstructionists who are often hired by the military and the NHL, who conducted their own experiments and determined that no collision had occurred, and therefore the theory that the Commonwealth was running with to prosecute Karen Read didn't make any sense. But hey, to each their own. The Albert family, former owners of the property where Read and two other women found O'Keefe dead under a sheet of snow, just celebrated a wedding. What a bizarre sentence. Like, hey, this really tragic thing happened, but these people who are apparently in emotional distress just celebrated this beautiful occasion. Also, John O'Keefe wasn't found dead. He was actually found alive. He wasn't pronounced dead for like another hour or two, like after he got to Good Samaritan. So that is also not true. Details, Michelle, details. Jennifer McCabe, a key witness in both of Reed's trials, and one of the women with Reed that morning is the new bride's aunt. Yes, when Jen McCabe isn't talking timelines with her emotional support alibi Care Bear Roberts, she gets to sip Chardonnay and toast to her favorite niece and now nephew-in-law, Mazel Tov. So I guess these are some of the exclusive images we were promised at the beginning of this thing. We got Brian Albert in his Sunday best. And Caitlyn Jenner doing her best Wimbledon Barbie. To be fair, aside from Brian Albert looking less like Boston's finest and more like Sam the Snowman, these candidates are given more Vanity Fair after party than I'm a victim of public harassment, meh. In my opinion, you might want to work on that. Maybe like have a couple of pictures of you pushing a shopping cart, trying to cash in on some of your recyclables. I don't know, just to mix it up a little bit. At the wedding, attendees pitched in to hire private security after Reed's supporters allegedly circulated the venue online like vultures. Local police made their presence known too. A marked SUV was parked at the foot of the church steps. Can you imagine the wedding registry for this thing? Air fryer, espresso machine, a couple of brick watches for Tristan over there. And then during the service, instead of passing a donations basket for the church, passing around a donations box for all of the hardworking off-duty state troopers moonlighting as valet. With the way that this is all unfolding, I wouldn't be surprised if they also had everybody sign an NDA. Kerry Roberts, a friend of O'Keefe's, who was also present with McCabe and Reed when they found his body, told Fox News Digital she is among the witnesses facing an ongoing harassment campaign, along with the Alberts, the McCabes, and O'Keefe's immediate family. Wait, so was Kerry not invited to this thing? I mean, I know she's not really in with the Alberts, but I mean, surely her bestie, Jen McCabe, right? Like, I know you're probably only allowed a +1 and you're obligated by default to bring Maddie, but you know, I'm sure you could have phoned up Coco and said, hey, she said she'll pay for her own plate. I mean, the least you could do is toss her a couple of dinner rolls for keeping her mouth shut. I don't know why they're making Jen McCabe a villain, she said in a phone interview. All she did was answer the same phone call I did. Karen called her. She can call Karen. It's so stupid and bizarre. No, Kerry. The only thing stupid and bizarre is the fact that you allowed this woman to manipulate you into believing you were hearing things. And then you lied about it, about the thing you allegedly heard but didn't actually hear, to a grand jury. Care Bear, sweetie, I know you've been trying to sit at the cool girls table your whole life. I know, I get it. But this whole Jen McCabe is not a villain defense that you got going on here, it's giving off big last to be picked in gym class energy. And it ain't cute. The victim's mother, Peggy O'Keefe, is dealing with harassment of her own, including a woman seen dancing on a video at the foot of her driveway after Reed's acquittal, which was debunked. An account called The Skip Tracer had submitted a public records request and found out that this woman had a recent history of experiencing similar mental health episodes, just like the one in that TMZ clip. So it just really grinds my gears, the fact that they continue to wrongly exploit this woman. Roberts said the Norfolk District Attorney's Office told her to stop contacting their witness advocate. I love that for her. After the trial, even as strangers continue to throw things at her house, call her family murderers in the supermarket, and mock her children. I mean, I don't think anybody's calling you a murderer, Kerry. Like, nobody thinks you unalived anybody. You're just the useful idiot. So yeah, she's been cut off from Meatball's emotional support line. No more late night calls with Steve Nelson. But if you're really being harassed and like these things are happening to you, where's the documentation? Like if this was happening to me, I'd have my phone out, I'd be recording everything. I would be posting it probably all over the internet. Like, this is your time to shine, girl. Words don't matter. We got to see physical proof because anybody could say anything. But without that concrete evidence to support what you're moaning about, there's not a lot of weight. There's not a lot that people can really do here. And I'm sure that's why Steve Nelson's kind of tired of picking up your phone calls. He's like, the trial's over. I got other shits I got to worry about now. Why don't you call the police? Right? Or do you not have any faith in the police either? We put our arses on the line for 3.5 years, 2 trials to help the state of Massachusetts. And you're not going to help us when we're being harassed? She said, it's not worth it to put my family through ever again and not be protected at all. It's sick. It's absolutely sick. I just love these people because they all act like, oh, being a witness was like something that I chose to do. Like that life, I didn't choose that life chose me kind of attitude that we saw from Coco. And it's like, no, you were subpoenaed to testify to a crime that you witnessed. You responded to a crime scene. You found your good friend, John O'Keefe, dying on the front yard of your now bestie's sister's house. You were subpoenaed, not sainted. And if you're so upset about it, hire a frickin' therapist. It's probably a lot cheaper than the thousands of dollars you guys are spending right now on a crisis PR firm. There's an ongoing witness intimidation case against Aiden Carney. Well, he's not from Canton, and he's not a blogger. He's done more investigative journalism than most of the mainstream media, including yourself. I mean, it's absolute sham that you're calling yourself an investigative journalist when half of the information in this article isn't even accurate. It's just lazy. Who goes by the name Turtle Boy, but while Roberts is not one of his alleged victims, she says she faces rude comments and other harassment from random members of the community. Well, where's the harassment? And like... I love this picture. People say mean shiz all the time. Like, it's not a crime to say mean things to people. Like, people say mean things to me, too. And guess what? I either delete those comments or I don't respond to them. And I carry on with my life. After baseball games, kids on the team opposing her son might tell him, "Free Karen Reed," while lining up to shake hands, she said. Again, where's the video evidence of any of this? Like, anybody can say anything. She filed a complaint against her mailman, not the mailman, who allegedly muttered a vulgarity into her doorbell camera when he saw a Justice for John O'Keefe sign at her house. Now someone else delivers her letters. Why does that sound like a tagline to a Lifetime movie starring Tori Spelling? Coming this fall, Return to Sender. Rated PG for petty grievances. My message to all people is don't ever be a witness. Oh, she said it. She took a page out of Coco's book. You can't make it up. If this happens to you, you're not going to be protected at all. So if I could give you any piece of advice, it would be don't be a witness. Jury pool was completely tainted, right? This is what they all go to. It was tainted. The pink people stormed the courtroom, even though all the jurors stated that nothing going on outside the courtroom was taken into consideration when they were deliberating. Hank did so much work. He was a genius. He really was. Nobody could have gotten it done, which is wicked sad. Oh, Kerry. Bless your delusional heart, but you realize that Hank was in on the whole jury selection process? Like, it wasn't a one-sided decision by the defense. Hank had to also have a say in who sat on that jury and who didn't. It was a collaborative effort by both sides. Speaking of delusional, this was a reply I got on my tweet about this article yesterday. Said user says, you have TB yelling at her with a bullhorn at her child's sport event. You have a rolling rally. Even the federal investigation was a form of harassment. Even the federal investigation was a form of harassment. Yes, because the feds have nothing better to do than track down and interview normal moms about their involvement and strange behavior in the aftermath of the suspicious death of a Boston police officer. What's in the water you're drinking? I don't. And with that being said, if you enjoyed today's content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you do not miss the next video from me. And make sure you hit that like button because that tells the YouTube algorithm that the mainstream media can't be trusted for reporting accurate, factual news. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.